This is a 2006 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. The Unlimited is the long wheelbase version, or the LJ. It has it's stocked with these few exceptions. It has a TerraFlex 1.75 or 2-inch lift, which is spacers, little spacers, and then wheel adapters to put these newer wheels on. Aside from that, it's stock. I bought it 3 or 4 years ago. I really don't use it. Mostly it just sits. It was flat towed. You see the tow bar on the front there. So the odometer is showing many more miles that I believe are actually driven miles. It's showing 242,000. But the traffic in the background. But I just washed it, so there's, lift the hood up so I can wash around the edges, so there's some water in there. But it's a 4-liter, of course, power brakes, 4-wheel disc brakes, cruise control. I've added a couple of small things. There's a couple of relays sitting over here that control these lights. These are a daytime running light or a fog light. These are fog lights that run off the stock switch. There's just pull out of the handle, and these are on switches on the dash. These are driving lights, long distance, long range, and these are like floodlights. And they work off the high beam. So if you turn these on and you set it on high beam, then these will come on. And if you turn the switch off and do high beam, then you just get the high beams here. But these are not the sealed beams. These are they're LED as well. They cast a real nice light. So this thing has probably better lights than any of my vehicles do. And I changed that LED light. But you know, it's otherwise stock. I'll just go ahead and start it up. The interior, you can see I added that little guy with just a navigation thing. I had it around. Added this. It's a charging for the phone, and this is a Bluetooth receiver from the phone, and then it puts out on an FM. And then the stock stereo picks it up. It does have the in-dash CD changer, speakers in the dash, subwoofer down here, and then the speakers in the ceiling. So the sound system is fine. There's no point in messing around with it. 6-speed. So there you go. I just changed the fuel pump out because the fuel gauge was a little jumpy. So I just did that job and then filled it up. But yeah, it's stock Jeep. These are the switches I added here. So it has a rear defroster. There's a rear wiper as well. Just in the back there. See there. Look at that. Isn't that exciting? How many Jeeps have that, right? And then these are the driving lights, obviously. And again, they come on high beam only. And these are a fog light, kind of, not a fog light, but like a zombie light. I mean, they're crazy bright. So that's that. This is for the TomTom. So we'll go ahead and do I'll just drive it around to the shop. All right, here it is running. Not much to see here. Runs fine. Nothing really to talk about here. This is the daytime running light bit. Those come on when you start the Jeep. When you shut the Jeep off, they'll last about 30 seconds, then they'll shut off too. They're just for daytime running lights. people pulling out in front of me. Okay, footage got a little messed up. So I have to redo it.
Bluetooth. Waiting for connection.
Oh.
Bluetooth is connected.
My phone is connected to the, which I'm filming with the phone, so it's connected to that Bluetooth, so turn that off. Back out of the driveway. When I back out of the driveway here, assuming I don't have too much traffic, it starts off downhill. So I'll take off in second. This is 6-speed after all. There's a car. Good. There we go. I'll put it in fourth. Fourth gear. See, the tires are bigger than stock, but the speedometer is still accurate. There's a speed camera up here that reads out your actual speed. There you go. 23 or so. 25 now. 25. So it's reasonably accurate. I noticed that. I'm going a little bit fast. I'm doing like 63 or 64 when the speedometer says 60. There's that. Just running along in fourth gear at 25. I'll just go around the block so you get the idea. It's not jumping out of gear or doing anything stupid like that. We don't really rev this guy. 4-liter is not like a BMW straight six. It's like a tractor engine. So you can rev it, but I don't find that it gives you any power. Not in stock form, at least. I've seen people build these things up into all kinds of stuff, but they're really great for like crawling and rock crawling. I'll turn on the headlights. You can see the dash lights up. Granted, they're blue. They used to be like white and blue, which was kind of weird, so I just made those blue as well. The stereo is still green. It's kind of a mixed bag. It's just how they made these things. All right. Do second gear, waiting for traffic to clear. Second gear start, you don't really have to rev it or slip the clutch too much. On flat ground, going uphill, I'd start in first. I'm just going straight to fourth with my left hand because I'm holding the phone. I don't want to shift too much. We'll end up in fifth gear when we come around. The speed limit on this road is 35. Steering wheel is straight when I'm going straight and tight, steers easy. It's really easy to drive. It's not, I mean, I've had a bunch of Jeeps, a bunch of like CJs mainly. I haven't had any Wranglers, CJ5s and CJ7s, and I had a stock 84 CJ5 and it drove all right. I mean, relatively all right compared to my older Jeeps, but this is night and day nicer to drive. It's not too noisy with the hard top, and you take the top off, it's pretty easy. It comes off with the tools and everything. I have all that stuff, the factory toolkit, and I changed out the top on with thumb nuts or thumb bolts, so you can just take them off by hand. It makes it easier. And the toolkit and everything you need to do it is in the glove box. I'm still in 5th gear. It'll be okay. Okay, I'm coming. Traffic circle. Kind of lugging it a little bit, but going down a hill here. That'll get us back into 35 or so. So this is the Jeep. I really like having it, but I have too many tools. I just showed my sign on my phone. I have to blur that. 1st gear. 3rd gear. First gear to go, 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 go. And we'll go straight to 3rd. I'll go to 4th here. Sometimes I'll do 2 to 4 on flat ground if I'm not if I'm not in a hurry. I'm just putting along. A 2-4 run is plenty for these little side roads we're driving here, which is 25 miles an hour. So this is the Jeep. I don't know what else to show you. I think I'll do a quick look underneath the Jeep, because that was the strong point for the Jeep. That's why I bought this one. So I looked at a bunch, and most of them had frame rust, Pacific Northwest. We don't really salt the roads here, but we do use like a chemical, so it doesn't eat the cars up like the winters don't. And I mean, these are built for going in the snow, and they're great at it. And so a lot of them get rusted out just from the collecting up, especially if they go over to Eastern Washington. They get a bunch of salt on them over there, and it really eats the cars up. But this one didn't suffer from that. Frame is shiny. It's got some surface rust on bolts, and on the body edges where the rocks have come up and chipped the paint. There's some surface rust on there, which I'll show you. But otherwise, it's tight. Cruising through the neighborhood. It is fun to drive with the Jeep. Drive the Jeep with the doors and the top off. There's that. I have a convertible. I have a Bronco. I have a Dodge pickup truck, which you can see over there, wherever that way. A shop. I'll just run up here. 1st gear. Pull in here, and I'll leave it out so I can show you the underside. All right. I don't know if I showed this already. So headlights are on up there. Try to show it through the window here. Headlights on, high beam, right? Just regular high beam. And then I'll turn on this driving light thing, and I'll put on high beams again, and it's considerably brighter. I mean, it's nuts how far these things throw. And then in addition to that, we have these lights here, which are the big, larger lights, and so I'll turn those on. And they throw kind of they kind of blast the road for quite a distance. I'm surprised how much they throw, whether they're on high beams or not. But that's what we're dealing with there. We'll turn those off. And then there are fog lights. I have the covers on them. And it's the factory deal where you turn the lights on and then you pull out like that. And you can see on the dash that comes on, and those lights come on, but I have the covers on them right now, so you don't see them. But they're the halogen. I think they're 75 watt fogs, but they throw that really low fog pattern. So if I'm gonna go up in the mountains where I might be running into snow, I'll pop those covers off. All right. Gotta push this button in to turn the key off. It has that security key, so there's a fob in here, and it links up with this ring inside and communicates to the radio, so you can't start it even if you have a copy of the key. It won't go. It needs that key. The underside of the Jeep and the frame, you can see the frame is nice and clean. I didn't paint it up or anything, it's just the way it is. In the underside of the body, I said it had some chips right on the edge here. You can see that here and there like that, and where the rocks have come up in the back of it. But the frame is clean. That's the spring perch. It's got some surface rust, like I said, but these things tend to rot out. Like these ones, they rot out in these boxes they hold, and it fills up this thing full of something. And right now there's some dirt in there, a little bit of surface rust. You stick your finger right through it into that hole there. But these rocker boxes, everything is nice and clean. The underside of the Jeep. I'll show you the other side. But the rockers, the body, you see there's a little bit of something right there, but it's from all these rock chips. But it's a stock bodied Jeep. The exhaust is probably the most rusty looking, but it doesn't leak or anything like that. It still has catalytic converter and all of that. Muffler. You can tell it's quiet. I think you've already seen that. There's that inside of that box. So that's why I decided to buy it, even though it had the miles showing on the odometer. It doesn't show those kind of miles, unless the guy just drove it on the highway, but I'm assuming it was just towed. You know, with that tow hitch. Anyhow, there she is. Sits nice. Looks good.